Working the rails is not an ordinary career. It takes a special breed to succeed. People who know how to stay alert and get the job done. When people aren't communicating and concentrating on the job, accidents happen. In some cases, it's due to performance error. In others, it's because someone didn't fully understand our working rules. In most cases, however, accidents happen when someone's mind is not on the job. Call it communication breakdown, a mental lapse, complacency, call it whatever you like, but it's dangerous. As long as everyone is alert, the safety process remains intact. The most effective way to keep everybody on the same wavelength is by starting with a job briefing. Whenever 2 or more people are working together, it's important that they take the time to plan the work for safety. It helps ensure everyone's mind is on the job and that it's completed in the safest way possible. It makes best use of the whole crew's knowledge and experience. Job briefing is simple and straightforward. Mentally plan your briefing. Discuss the sequence of basic job steps. Check tools and equipment before using them, even if they are thought to be in good condition. Point out the potential hazards related to the job. What protective equipment is required on this job, and is it being used properly? Make sure each crew member is aware of emergency procedures. Review the responsibility of each employee. Confirm everyone's understanding of the instructions, and is it clear how the job is to be performed? Follow up with fellow employees to ensure compliance with safe work practices. At CN, most of the work problems that we encounter are a result of misunderstanding or lack of communication regarding the work to be done. Job briefing was implemented to prevent accidents. As the job progresses, or if the work situation changes, an additional briefing may be necessary. And make sure no one takes any shortcuts. Any job with potentially dangerous conditions requires job briefing. Effective teamwork relies on it. With a complete briefing, everybody knows what they have to do, how it has to be done, and where their team members are at all times. Job briefing is carried out in every area at CN. Even meetings in offices begin with a safety briefing so that all contingencies are covered. Everyone knows fire safety procedures, where emergency telephones are located, and who knows CPR. As with any other job, everyone knows what they should be doing and that they understand their responsibilities. The purpose of a job briefing is to make sure everyone, no matter which job they're doing, understands what has to be done and that the work is completed in the safest manner possible. Job briefings in the field call for more detail, though they're similar to office briefings. The first thing we have to do in the field is a little mental pre-planning. Take a moment to look around. Are there any existing or potential hazards? Is there a weather condition that could make things more difficult? What train traffic is expected? Can oncoming trains be seen clearly? What other machinery is being used, and are other people working in the same area? The next step is to discuss the sequence of basic job steps with your crew. What is to be done? When is it to be done? Where is it to be done? How is it to be done? And who is to do it? Have everyone check their tools and equipment before the work begins. Be sure to discuss existing or potential hazards and precautions to take to eliminate or protect against them. Often, a simple reminder goes a long way to prevent injury. Make certain everyone is wearing the proper protective equipment. Be sure everyone knows the location of emergency equipment and communication procedures. Keeping your team alert means everyone has to understand their work assignments. Make sure that each individual understands what they're responsible for and that they know how to coordinate their actions with the rest of the team members. This is especially important. Many of the very serious accidents that we have had in the past could have been completely avoided if each individual knew, rather than assumed, where their partner was and what they were doing. Once the job is underway, follow up to make sure everyone is doing what they're supposed to be doing and that the safety process is being maintained. Above all else, don't take any shortcuts. For any potentially dangerous work situation, a helpful question to keep in mind is, what if? Ask your team to think about it. What could happen if? Is a good question to keep your fellow employees aware of potential dangers. One final comment about job briefing. It makes everyone think about the job. Most of us have done the same job so many times before that we can almost do it without thinking. Complacency is our greatest enemy because our work is never without the risk of sudden danger. If our minds drift to other things, we aren't alert, and that means potential accidents. Every profession relies on teamwork. The best way to keep the team efficient is to plan and talk the job through before attempting it. Mentally plan your briefing. Discuss the sequence of basic job steps. Check tools and equipment before using them, even if they are thought to be in good condition. Point out the potential hazards related to the job. Make certain everyone is wearing the proper protective equipment. Make sure each crew member is aware of emergency procedures. Review the responsibility of each employee. Does everyone understand the instructions, and is it clear how the job is to be performed? Follow up with fellow employees to ensure compliance with safe work practices. As the work progresses or if the work situation changes, an additional briefing may be necessary. And remember, no shortcuts. By taking a few extra minutes to ensure that everyone knows their part and that everyone is prepared to do it conscientiously, we can get the job done safely.